Education Secretary has been talking about how head teachers may need training to avoid talking down to parents. She talks about how she hears from school leaders saying that they don't feel that as part of their training, they always know how best to do it, especially when there are articles talking about 1 in 3 secondary heads leaving within 3 years. There was a bit missing, and that was talking about parents' responsibilities, because you speak to any school, a lot of them are finding that they are facing this worrying rise in hostility from parents. In fact, a National Association of Head Teachers survey found that 82% of school leaders have experienced abuse from parents in the past year. 68% were threatened and 10% were physically attacked. That's not miscommunication, that is abuse. Now, my worry is if there isn't that accountability for that small minority of parents who are being abusive, then I think it further plays into this idea where education is seen as a customer service job, where the customer is always right. But schools aren't shops, teachers aren't cashiers. Education is a partnership. It only works when parents and schools treat each other with mutual respect and a shared goal, which is helping the child. Now, I know there are so many parents who are genuinely struggling within the system and may well feel unheard. And I think you'll be hard pressed to not find schools who are doing everything in their power to be as empathetic and as supportive as possible. But I'm not talking about those parents. I'm talking about the small minority now that are going further to completely undermine staff, who are going on social media to vent and say the most vile things about individual teachers, which then get pushed by the algorithm because these platforms profit off amplifying anger, but then expect teachers to just take that and fix everything with a smile. So by all means, let's give school leaders the tools and the support to communicate better, but let's also give them the protection and authority they need when the communication is being turned to abuse from some parents. Because if we keep treating teachers like the problem and parents like a paying customer, we lose what really matters, and that's the partnership, the trust and the respect that's needed, because education works best when everyone, government, schools and parents, plays their part, not when just one side's expected to apologise while the others are just allowed to attack.